Hello! Well, once again, it's too bright, but this is where I want to film, so we got the glasses on. I'm nervous to even start making this video because I just don't have even the storage space. The amount of time that I've been thinking to edit this, like, I have a love letter to write, essentially. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lumi. I am an Aries sun, a Gemini moon, a Scorpio rising, an aspiring astrologer, mythologist. Things that humans have used to guide themselves through this experience that have like held up and stand the test of time are rooted in ancient wisdoms that come from being present and looking at the sky and reflecting and feeling the subtle universe of one's own form. That's what I want to entice you to consider. That's me. I'm Lumi. I'm going to talk today about everything I love about air signs. I just had this idea this morning. I was once again just thinking of my friends, and when I start thinking about air signs, my eye starts twitching because I'm so full of love and excitement. What I love the most about air signs is their ability to share information and converse, and to do it in a way that's so goddamn interesting and engaging. It can and will make you feel like the only person in the universe and the most interesting person in the universe. You might not get this treatment from them because we have that thing, that air and fire. We have that thing. It's the sister signs. All air signs are sister signs with fire signs. You have a sign and there is a sign that is your direct opposite. They're kind of like the other side of the same coin for you. For me, I'm an Aries. My sister sign is Libra. Hi sis. I tend to get an air sign's full experience and full treatment just because we have that draw to one another. For the most part, if you're warm, inviting, and confident, an air sign is going to eat you up. They take themselves seriously. They can think that what you're saying is really fascinating, but they're also so smart. They're not like only earnest. Fire signs and water signs can be so like devastatingly earnest. I don't really find that in air signs, and I'm like totally cool with it. They can treat you like you're the only person in the world, but they're still like, oh, like, I'm so cute, this person is loving this, and they know who else is in the room, they know their power, they know what they're doing. Air signs they're harvesting data. You can share emotions with them, you can share stories with them, dreams, aspirations. They're gonna have a place for it. All air signs are harvesting information just about like the human experience because it makes them cooler, it makes them a better friend, it makes them a better lover, it makes them a better creative. What prompted this whole video was I was thinking about my friend Iris. Hi Iris. When a person steps in front of her, they can completely not have her sense of humor. A different age, from a different background, this beautiful Aquarius will give them the stage and they can just present whatever they want, and Iris is gonna find it incredibly charming. 9 times out of 10, this character exists. I envy that so much as an Aries. I have so much more hot to trot, ready to go kind of energy that like if I don't gel, I can say it like that. I can think they're so sick and so cool and like them so much as a character, but if our energies don't gel, Aries is too intense. Not gonna hit the same. But that's what I love about those damn air signs, is step in front of them and just enter the stage of their hugely varied consciousness. Have such a wide like Rolodex of like, experiences, references. They know how to make things fun. They know how to keep things light. They can think about things really deeply. So I'm a Gemini moon, so people who intellectualize their emotions are my heroes because we can actually communicate. It's not that the emotions aren't real, it's that this is the language that I like to use. I like to use the language that makes me feel like I'm a little detached, like I'm a little in control. And I think it does come down to the fact that air signs do identify hugely their intellect, and that's the part of their awareness that they like to use to move through the world. Every air sign that I'm close with has a relationship with their soul and their essence, and inherently valuable about themselves. Talk to them for longer than I can talk to any other element. Like, I love my fire signs, but we will wear each other out. I love my earth signs, but it's gonna stay a little too grounded for me. I love my water signs. It's probably gonna get a little emotionally heavy. Air signs I can talk to for like literally days because we can go up and down and wrap it around. We can talk about things on every different level. We are laughing, we are referencing the culture, we're not referencing the culture, we're putting it in a blender. From where I'm sitting, air signs are the least egoic of the signs for me, of the elements for me. I feel that way just because to perceive people as deeply as they do just for the love of the game, and of course it benefits them, yeah, but like there is also an inherent kindness to it. To perceive people as deeply as they do, to choose to say the right thing so often. I'm talking about Libras now. Geminis and Aquariuses are not always doing that. Feel that it is like a selfless task to, you know, bring this good energy, be the one who's willing to make the conversation flow. If you're going to like a party, or if you're, you know, getting a group of friends together, make sure there's an air sign there, guys. Invite the air sign, for the love of God. There should be an air sign present, I think, at every gathering, and what they bring to the table as far as like being able to read the room, to know the dynamics of everyone who's there. They do have a movie effect. I feel like they all have like a direction in their brain for the way that they want things to feel, and they're able to creatively make that happen in real time. Mental agility and flexibility to be able to go in and out of different topics. I'm gonna get into each of the signs and what I love about them. Let's start with Libra, since I'm dying to talk about it. I love Libras. My childhood best friend was a Libra. My like first partner was a Libra. My current best friend, Libra. I'm just always gonna have a Libra nearby, and I feel so blessed. Libras are so fun to talk to. They are so kind. They're such good listeners. They have an incredible and inherent emotional intelligence. I'm like such a hype person, and Libras really benefit from being hyped up. They need that. They deserve that. A lot of their self-confidence comes from the way that they treat other people, and that's a really beautiful and kind of selfless thing. I mean, of course, we could get into the people-pleasing conversation. There's some layers to why that might not be good for Libras, but it is kind of how a lot of Libras operate, and we're going to meet them where they're at. And yeah, they get a lot of their self-esteem and their self-confidence from their ability to have fun with people, their ability to make people feel respected, their ability to always keep it cute. I love that they respond so well to my Aries like hype. I want to encourage them and let them know how valuable they are, and Libras are like, thank you. Libras are grabbing both my hands and saying, thank you for seeing me. It creates such a beautiful dynamic, because I'm like, thank you for always listening and saying the right thing. You know, Aries stellium, Aries Mercury, like I'm saying shit that's so from the heart and so out of pocket. Oh, the lighting is changing. The lighting's changing. Hey. I'm saying things that are so like earnest and out of pocket, and Libras are matching the energy, knowing exactly what to say back to me. Holding space, seeing what I'm trying to do and encouraging me and egging me on. The sisterhood, the sister sign, sisterhood of it all means a lot to me. Okay, all right, sun's coming back. Geminis are so fucking cool. I love Geminis. I'm gonna make another blanket statement about air signs and just say the aesthetics are always good. Air signs have great taste in music, clothes, interior design, just like the aesthetics, films, like books, everything, food. They have a lot of opinions about everything. They look at everything, they take it all in. I love them for that. Geminis are like the quintessential digesting the culture, digesting the aesthetics, digesting music, digesting film. They have so many incredible thoughts because they connect everything. Everything is data to Gemini. Everything has inherent value to Gemini because they are taking it all in, they're connecting all the dots. And I feel like it's such a beautiful thing, because at some point they forget why it even started. They forget why they're even doing this, and they just get so lost in the art of connecting the dots. And it opens up these like black holes and ripples, and just a Gemini's mind is so fascinating and so beautiful to me, and they're so funny. Libras are so funny too. They're all funny, but Geminis are so funny. They're so good with people. They can be incredibly moody. I never have an issue with a Gemini being moody because I have a Gemini moon, so I know exactly what's going on, and I do not take it personally. If they get offended in some way, they have to untangle, they have to follow the red string back to like why this started, and they have to try to make sense of it, and they have to try to get some like action items from it. They're so highly intelligent. They're processing things at such a speed that like if something kind of gets caught up in the burrs and like gets that to slow down, like because now they have to deal with an emotion, they have to kind of untangle the whole situation and try to make sense of it and try to make it feel fair, and you know, try to take the lessons away from it. You know, they're intellectualizing their emotions, so they're going to try to extract as much value from it as possible. So yeah, Geminis, I feel you. I get it. It's okay. Be moody. Aquariuses. If you talked to me a year ago about Aquariuses, I would have had nothing good to say. I was still in the place where I hadn't let an Aquarius conquer my ego. And as an Aries, it's tough for me to like let another sign like egoically dominate me. It happens. And like I could probably can I give you a list of the signs who egoically dominate me? Virgos. they're gonna do it at some point. Virgos, maybe, no, not Scorpios, not Caps even. It might just be Virgos and Aquariuses, I'm not gonna lie. I hadn't let an Aquarius egoically dominate me until this year. Why would you let this goofball Aquarius, why would you let them come in and like judge you? Look at them. They're goofy. They're silly. It's not to be taken that seriously. It's just like, y'all want to be more stubborn than me so bad, but like you're not. I'm a Scorpio rising. I'm also constantly feeling like the balances of like, I feel power dynamics very deeply and I try to stay flexible and adjust. I am happy to be the most domineering. I'm not happy to be the most domineering presence in the room, but sometimes I think it's necessary. People need someone to step into that role so that everyone can kind of feel at ease and someone's driving the boat a little bit, then I can do that and I will. I'm a switch. I like to be in the middle of the road where I can jump in and take power when I feel that I have the power, and I can also, you know, step back and let everybody else have their power, let everybody else have their shine. When I was dealing with Aquariuses, I was like, y'all don't know what day it is, so why would I let you be more stubborn than me? Why would I let you take control? Why would I let you clown me? And I have had to realize that you do have to kind of surrender to the fact that they have a galaxy brain. All air signs have a galaxy brain. But I have learned that an Aquarius, like, they do see right through you. They are, I think, the most blunt. Libras aren't going to say anything unkind to you, not directly, and they will feel pretty badly if they do accidentally say something unkind to you. Geminis will try to be nice. You can tell that they could roast you, but they choose to just be like that social lubrication of just being like pleasant for the most part. They'll give you a hot take, but they're not going to necessarily be like a dick. Aquariuses will say it right directly with their entire chest right to your face. That took a second for me to come to appreciate. I think the Aries Aquarius dynamic is so beautiful and it can be really challenging, but like when you find it, it's such an incredible thing. Learned how to surrender to the Aquarius experience. They are the aliens. They're speaking from a different perspective, and like you really have to take that to heart. You really do have to take that to heart sometimes. Sense of humor, crazy. Intellect, crazy. I love when an Aquarius starts explaining something to me. I'm just like, this is my education. I paid $60,000 this year to attend this university. They're really great listeners. Give you the space to consider things from a very high level perspective. You can get that very like earthy kind of, I feel it and so it is, or you can talk to an Aquarius about it and realize that you feel, but yet you have thousands and thousands and thousands of ways to conceptualize this. All of them are rooted in the emotion and can be honest, but there's so many options for how you want to conceptualize your existence in your life, and you can keep it light and you can keep it smart and you can keep it high level, going to benefit the collective. And anyway, I think we're gonna call it here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was fun. Air signs, I have more to say. I will be saying more about you, hopefully more eloquently and more often in the future, because I do love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for the joy and the cuteness and the brightness that you bring into this world. And I, as a Gemini moon who's like hunkered down by like my Aries placements and my Scorpio placements, I adore you. And I hope to hang out with every single air sign. Mwah. Thanks so much for watching. Have an incredible day. Bye.